not only do I have to maintain this, I have to maintain this.
Buckle up, Buttercup!
It is time to do my first oil change on Buttercup 2.0. I have 5,500 miles. Technically, I don't think I'm overdue for an oil change because Ford recommends like something crazy, 10,000 miles. I do every 5,000 miles. So I, by my standards, am 500 miles over on doing an oil change. So that's what today's video is all about. But before I get all down and dirty and start the oil change, I want to get into the details of what I'm using. I do carry MOTUL on the website. That's what I'm going to be using. I do have oil change kits, so if you don't want to go through each individual part and purchase separately, which you can on the website, I have a 2.3 kit, a 2.7 kit, and a kit for the 3.0. Depending what engine it is, you will get the determined amount of oil needed, your oil plug and filter for your type of vehicle. But that's not all you need to think about when you get an oil change. If you're going to be doing this at home, you need to be prepared. And that means you don't want oil all over on your driveway or in your garage. So I went ahead, got an oil pan, a drain bucket, and then this handy dandy pump. And I'll go more into details on why I got all this stuff. I'll put links of all of these items down in the description below. Most of it can be found on buckleupoffroad.com. Some of this stuff I did purchase from Amazon. It's time to get started. I'm going to pull the Bronco into the garage, let it warm up for a few minutes. This is good to do just because it heats up the oil and makes it a little bit easier to drain. All right, see that front camera? Comes in handy. Disclaimer. When you're changing the oil to your Bronco or any vehicle or working on any vehicle at any point in time, put your e-brake on. People, put your e-brake on. I read stories of people of their car rolling away. Don't be that person. Once your e-brake's pulled, pop the hood. I'm saving the world one video at a time, and I'm going to prevent somebody from having a rolling Bronco. And my Bronco is tall, and this is what, the second or third video that I've talked about putting the hood struts on. I think that's what I'm going to do after this. Yes, I need a ladder. I'm not short, just my Bronco's really big. But this is my very first, most important tip besides the e-brake is before you start draining the oil of your Bronco, make sure you can take the oil cap off. Whether it's due to strength or the cap breaking, you don't want to drain all the oil out of the Bronco and not be able to put it back in. So taking off the oil cap should be the step you do first. I got it off. I'm in luck. I am going to put on gloves because usually I don't mind if I get dirty hands, but I just got my nails done. I wasn't thinking before doing this video, so I'm going to put some gloves on. But I'm going to remove the under tray. That requires you removing 4 15mm bolts. I feel like a doctor. I broke it. Good thing I'm not a doctor. I do not have a very good relationship with creepers. If you've seen my short or reel, I tend to get my... I'm doing some off-road prep. Getting ready to leave tomorrow, but I have this new... I just ran over my hair.
Oh no.
I freaking just ran over my hair. I'm afraid to roll over.
Are you stuck now? I wouldn't. Okay, here, let me help you instead of
Just take that. I'm still recording, I think.
Oh no.
Oh crap, I did.
Well, now I can't stop recording because who knows what will happen.
You gotta help me.
Fine, I guess.
I tend to get my hair stuck in them. So I put my hair in a bun today because, you know, it's all about being smart. So I'm gonna roll under here and take this off. I'm still shocked by how clean she is underneath here. Next, you want to locate your drain plug. I have the 2.7, so it's going to be the yellow plug. I believe the Raptor also has this color plug, but the 2.3 is going to have a silver plug. This next step, you want to make sure you're prepared. I went ahead and put some extra cardboard down on the garage floor. I have this pan, also this bucket that I'm going to put underneath to try to protect my garage floor. I wanted to so badly epoxy this, but even if I did epoxy the garage floor, I still wouldn't want oil all over the place. So I'm being extra cautious because I don't want to spill any oil anywhere. Now's the time to remove the oil drain plug. Cross your fingers that you do not get a face full of oil. Oh, I think I got some splashed on my face. So close. I did get some on my arm, and I feel like I got some on my face. Do I have any on my face?
No, I think it's pretty good.
Oh,
you look great.
Okay. Well, hey, it's been worse before.
I lied to you. It's on your forehead.
Is it really?
Yep.
I need a mirror. And my precautions were not good enough. Very close. Got a couple splashes of oil, but not too bad. Changing the oil filter on the 2.7s is easier, in my opinion, than the 2.3s because the 2.3 oil filter is up kind of in this wheel well of the driver's side. But here on the 2.7, you have it right here. You just need a 27mm socket to take this off. Once this is loose, pop this off. Have a rag ready because it's going to get messy. Normally the filter comes off with that. This time it didn't, which is okay. Take that same rag and just clean out this housing. Grab your oil filter. You open this up, the filter is going to pop out, but you're also going to have some packaging of some new O-rings, and you're going to want to replace all of that. I do have a pick to help me remove these. These gloves are just a little too big for my fingers. Now you want to lube up your O-rings. Just take a little bit of the oil that dripped down on your piece of cardboard, lube them up, and put them on. All the O-rings are installed. Now it's time to pop in this filter. Reinstall the filter. And then I'm going to torque it to 24 Newton meters. There we go. Now it's time to install the new drain plug. The drain plug is secure. Now is the time to grab a funnel and start putting the oil in. I like how the MOTUL has this little spout here, makes it easier to pour out. This is some good stuff. I'm finished putting the first 6 liters in. I'm going to take the funnel out, put the oil cap on, and prime the Bronco before putting in our 7th liter and topping it off. This is an important step that is often missed if you go to one of those quick service oil places. Ask me how I know, because I've been victim of it. It's important to prime your oil filter. You don't want to dry start it, so I'm going to teach you how to prime the Bronco. Press the brake all the way down with your left foot, press the gas down all the way with your right foot, and then you're going to attempt to start the Bronco. When I do this, don't turn it on and turn it off real fast. It's going to automatically turn off and the priming will be complete. Just like that. Now that it's primed, we can fire it up. Now I'm going to check the dipstick and top off as needed. reset the oil service reminder and reinstall the belly pan. Press this button on your steering wheel and scroll down until you find settings, press OK. Then go to oil life, press OK. And as you can see, technically per Ford, I had 47% remaining. I'm not waiting until 10,000 miles. To reset that, you're gonna press the OK button until the little thing says stop. Woo, 100%, that's easy enough. All right, belly pan is back installed. Now it's time to dispose of the oil. I'm gonna show you a little trick though. I would highly suggest investing in a fluid transfer pump. The reason for this is if you are gonna try to pour this into this, chances are your mess is gonna be everywhere. And I'm all about eliminating that mess. It's very simple. You just put this in the old oil bottle and then you just pump the oil in. And look at that. No worries about spillage. This is going to take a while, but to me, it's worth the extra time to ensure that I'm not going to have oil all over the floor of my garage. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can get all of these products from Buckle Up Off-Road. Be sure to do that. If you don't want to purchase the oil change kits, if you have a different oil that you like or whatever, you can buy all these items individually if you just need a plug, the filter. Also, do not forget to check your engine air filter and your cabin air filter, especially if you go off-road. I do carry that all as well on the website. The rest of this stuff, as far as the oil pan and everything, I'll put links for that down in the description below. I got that all from Amazon, but until next time, guys, buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up!